Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. I could not be more thrilled to have you with me. And I got to tell you, I'm going to be back on Fox News Radio soon hosting the show as a guest host. And I'm going to need you guys to come over there and check out the show. Well, I was up in New York. When was it? It was last week or so. And I did 2 days up there. And, we'll see what happens. But because, it's tough to get feedback. How do you know how you're doing? Unless you're watching the meter. Anyway, we need you guys because we want to expand the show. It's that simple. And it's funny. One of my buddies called me. He's a pretty well-known radio guy. And he says, Kev, I'm thinking about letting this go. And I looked at him and I said, well, I talked to him. I didn't look at him, but I listened to him. And I said, I get it. There's a ton of work that goes into this. It's like, watching one of these models do a photo shoot. You think, oh, she just crawls out of bed and there it is. No. If you know anything about makeup and lighting and all that stuff, it takes a long time to make some of these girls look as hot as they are. But to do a successful show, folks, you don't crawl out of bed and do it. It takes a lot of effort. And then you got to define it. And sometimes the format maybe isn't what they want. I've had radio guys go, Kevin, we just don't understand. You talk a lot about race and class and all. I go, that's what the subject matter is. Whether you guys believe it or not is up to you. Yeah, I could pretend that we just talk about the issues. But whether you make it put it out there in the front like I do when I say, what's up, white people? Stuff like that it doesn't matter. That's just having fun. At the end of the day, I promise you, the hot topics of today for me will be race related, and it isn't because I'm picking them. I'll give you an example. The lady who put the Women's March together, she's fundraising. Linda Sarsour, she's a total scam artist. She's a front for the Muslim Brotherhood, but she's telling other groups, because she's been found out, hey, listen, you should fundraise, but only help minority neighborhoods in Houston, Texas. Don't help all neighborhoods. Now, see, I can tell you right there, that bugs me. I don't have a problem helping anybody. I don't even have a problem helping leftists. When if they're flooded, I don't go, hey, listen, what's your politics? Who did you vote for? I'm going to save the person I can get, save. Whoever's nearest to me. That's my politics as well. When we talk on this show, I'm saving conservatives as well as leftists. Some of you conservatives, you have been tricked into believing you're conservative. You're not fully conservative. Much of the time you act like liberals. So I'm saving you too. Look, some of these things we have to learn to understand. You've been tricked and, bamboozled to a degree, and I'm straightening you out. So if there is the occasional leftist that does a drive-by and listens and gets mad for a while and then comes back and goes, you know what, you're right, Kevin, I must say I've been listening to you for 2 years and you have saved my life. You finally told me. I get it. But I'm also bolstering some of these conservatives who have screwed up concepts. I'm a fiscal conservative, Kevin, but I'm a social liberal. Prove it. Don't get me in that discussion, because I'll prove to you you're a social conservative. And I want to cover these issues. Not just in radio, but if God wants it to happen and I have a TV show, I promise you I'm going to do a deep dive in these issues that are going to wake you up. That's what I want to do. I'm sick of doing 3-minute drive-bys on TV, cursory glances on without even going into it in terms of radio, and having somebody go, oh, well, Kevin, you joke around a lot, so that you can't be serious about radio. What are you talking about? The stuff you remember the most, the things that hurt you sometimes the hardest, are the things that you take in jest. It's like they say, in vino veritas, in wine there's truth. In jest there is truth. But also in truth there's truth. How's that one? There's some deep thought. So sure, we joke about it. We play a few clips from comedians. Let me tell you something. These comedians are bright people. I was listening to somebody tell me the other day, all these dumb poker players. And I was like, what are you talking about, dumb poker players? These poker players are human computers. They can figure out what's in your hand with just looking at two cards. What are you talking about? They know mathematically their chances of winning based on very little information. They read your body language. They listen how they monitor how you play. They look at your tells. They remember everybody's hand who stays in the play. They can remember hands the way Tiger Woods remembers the golf course and what hole he hit. And you tell me they're stupid? Are you kidding? By the way, when people tell you, oh, he's on a whole other plane. He plays chess and I'm playing checkers. Let me tell you what's better than chess. Poker. See, chess is, if you make the right positioning, you can win the game. Sure, a guy can make a mistake and one move can change things. But with poker, you can win and you don't have to have the advantage. You don't have to have the best hand. It's got all kinds of other nuances to it that make it the ultimate game. Why do you think it's so popular? I mean, chess is amazing. Don't misunderstand me. And I would tell you, poker players could probably be good chess players. But don't dismiss them. And so all I'm getting at here, folks, is when it comes to teaching and learning, it isn't about leftists or rightists. It's about what makes you think, what makes you become a deep thinker, what makes you more observant, what makes you, what's the word I'm looking for? Because they don't teach for kids to recognize the trends, to recognize the patterns, to look at things objectively. What do they call it? Critical thinking? We have to teach people to critically think. Anyway, I got a ton to talk about. I wasn't even going to talk about this segment. I wanted to talk about Bill Clinton. We're going to have to save it. We'll also talk about John Legend. Are you guys fan of John Legend? I can't stand John Legend. I'll tell you why when we cover him. I think he's overrated. I'll put it that way. And I'll repeat that again. But John Legend's overrated. So are most of those Hollywood weirdos and entertainment. Back in a bit.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful four-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.